Perfect Mistake, Chapter 21 Choices. Principal Fleming is a fan of restorative circles. We sat in them to talk about Will on the first day of school. They're supposed to build bonds between us. I have to admit, it was kind of nice to sit together and be honest with one another. It felt a lot better than being stared at. There's no way I'm sitting in a circle with Joey, though. Two people can't make a circle anyway. I could barely stand to sit next to him in the front office waiting for our parents. We're not supposed to talk to each other, but as soon as the secretary gets on the phone, I turn to Joey. What's wrong with you? He flinches at the sound of my voice, which just makes me angrier. We're going to get suspended for this, I say. He sighs. I know. Then why'd you do it? I didn't have a choice, he whispers. The secretary hangs up her phone call, so I sit there seething, waiting. A parent walks in to pick up their kid for a dentist appointment, and I try again. What do you mean you didn't have a choice? You don't get it. Joey picks at the lint on his t-shirt. He doesn't look like he wants to fight a lint brush. He'd want to fight a lint brush, much less his one-time best friend. Come on, Jay, it's me. Joey looks at me, and I try my best to smile at him, even though it's hard. For a split second, his face opens up. Jared said I had to warn you, he whispers. Why? He's gonna kill me. Because you're talking to me? Because you won't stop. What do you mean, stop? What did I do? Joey looks at the door to the office and blanches. His father is signing in. I only have seconds left to find out why Jared sent Joey after me. Other than generally hating me, there has to be a good reason because Joey's dad is definitely going to kick Joey's butt for this. Why did Jared want you to fight me? Joey doesn't say a word, just acts like I don't exist. Joey, you have to tell me. For Will. He looks at me. Jared saw you talking to the dog lady. You have to stop prying. Joey's dad comes in and Joey's face closes up like a mask. Mr. Peterson is a big man, but more than that, he's got this heavy energy around him like a black hole. When Joey's dad tells him to get up, Joey does it as fast as possible with his head hanging low. They go in to talk with Principal Fleming while I sit there, wondering why Jared would care if I talked to the dog lady, or why he would force Joey to attack me over it. It must have something to do with whatever Jared's hiding, but I can't figure out what that might be. A few minutes later, Mom shows up. She's in sweatpants with unbrushed hair. Max, she hugs me, and I almost start crying, which is ridiculous. I'm not the one in the coma. Dad's on his way, she says into my ear. She takes the seat next to me, hand on my arm. Did Will wake up yet? No, Mom says, not yet. A few minutes later, Dad rushes through the door in his office clothes. Hey, he gives Mom a quick hug before he takes the seat on the other side. I had to wrap up my meeting. I feel terrible. Sorry, Dad. No, it's no problem, he says. We were finished anyway. Joey and his dad emerge from Principal Fleming's office. Frank, Mom greets him as Dad says, hello. Emily, Tim. Mr. Peterson says their names like they taste bad. As he walks out the door, Mom turns to Dad. I know, Dad says. I'll call him later. Then they're gone, and it's our turn. Principal Fleming's office is covered in framed pictures, diplomas, and awards. There's hardly any space left on the wall behind her desk. She temples her fingers and looks at me. Max, I understand you've been under a great deal of pressure lately with what has happened to Will Schwartz. I empathize with your situation, however, that is no excuse for fighting. He's very sorry, Mom says. I wasn't fighting, I blurt out. He attacked me. Principal Fleming smiles grimly. We seem to have conflicting stories about the nature of your incident. It can sometimes be difficult for our more mature students to understand how even a small action can be harmful to others. Our more mature students, Mom says? He's 11. Just because he's tall for his age doesn't make him more responsible for this, Dad says, as I hunch lower in my chair, my face burning. Principal Fleming clears her throat. Rest assured, we will fully investigate, including a review of our camera footage. For now, I have to send Max home for his own benefit. Mom's mouth drops open. You're suspending him? Dad puts a hand on her knee and squeezes. In the event of a first physical altercation such as this, Up to a 2-day suspension is dictated by the school board code. If our investigation finds grounds for bullying or any other extenuating circumstances, we will review the referral for suspension. Surely there's some flexibility in the rules considering our son's account, Dad says. I didn't hit him back, I say. This is our procedure, Principal Fleming says. She pushes a piece of paper across the desk. I'll give you a few minutes to write down your account of the events on this incident form. Please know we are committed to ensuring the safety and well-being of all children in our school. We will not tolerate bullying in any form. I can't tell if she's promising me or threatening me. Dad shakes his head in frustration. It's okay, honey, Mom says. For the first time in my life, I'm suspended, and it doesn't feel good at all. I'm expecting Mom to drive us home, but as we leave the middle school parking lot, she turns our minivan in the opposite direction of Dad's car, toward the highway. Where are we going? Dr. Williamson has an opening this afternoon. Actually, that doesn't sound so bad. For a while, Mom drives in silence. At the next red light, she slaps the steering wheel and says, I can't believe that, Principal. She took one look at you and decided she knew exactly what happened, all because you got your dad's height. Yeah. Mom sighs and glances over at me. Sometimes I have to remind myself that you're only 11. I'm so sorry, Max. It's okay. No, it's not, but it will be. We'll make sure they know you didn't do anything to Joey. Next time, just walk away. Don't take the bait. I didn't hit him. I just grabbed his book bag so he'd stop. Yes, but you could have just walked away, Mom says. Sometimes that's the best choice. She sighs again. This is my fault. I never should have let you spend so much time with your uncle. This is just like Cal. Exactly the kind of thing he would have pulled. I didn't pull anything. Joey jumped me in the hall, and Uncle Cal didn't tell me to pick a fight. He said I should walk away too. Her brow furrows. He did? Yep. She watches the road for a few seconds. Well, clearly this whole situation with Will is causing a rift between you and Joey, so maybe you should stay away from him for now. I've been trying to. Well, try harder. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell her either. I still can't figure out why Jared sent Joey after me for talking to the dog lady. All I know is he did, and I couldn't stop it. That's what I tell Dr. W. You aren't helpless, Max, Dr. W says. You didn't ask for this fight to happen, but you can make a different choice next time. The principal thinks I'm a bully. Dr. W leans in. It doesn't matter what someone else thinks you are, Max. They can call you whatever they want, but that doesn't make it true. Even the 1,000th time they say it still won't make it true. You get to define yourself. I think of Miss Little's letter from the first day of school. She said the same thing, but it doesn't feel any truer now than it did then. You are bright, resilient, and creative, Dr. W says. You're also a human being who sometimes makes mistakes, but we all do in our own ways. Now, let's talk it out. So that is what we do.